They're super mad at Tucker Carlson. They're super mad at Candace Owens. They're super mad at conspiracy theories on the right. They all played a role. Not only did they play a role in Candace Owens becoming a household name, like Ben Shapiro personally played a role in that. Yeah, it's not going to happen.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building.
After being shot at Utah Valley University.
The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
That young man, I forgive him.
The download is so ass, it's not going to download any videos. God damn it, dude. They got to fix this shit ASAP. I can't believe. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. This country is embarrassing. I hate this shit.
Take your time.
Erica Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's
It's weird to say excited. Describe your husband's funeral as the event of the century.
plus.
Nobody knows why she's out in glittering pants in a reagent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists, the Prime Minister of Israel, all lied through their teeth about Charlie Kirk.
Her operation was in Constanta, the epicenter of Romania's trafficking scandal.
All the heroes are on this story. Is it effing a little bit? Guys, bro, this operation is falling apart. I have a related problem with the ISP. They're saying it's like a area-wide outage, potentially. Hopefully they'll be able to fix it by the time. Get away.
Weird conversations to have with a 15-year-old. I'm gonna touch your butt.
$8.6 million to their own shell company. What is going on?
We have nothing to hide. My aunt used to tell me, never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
I just dabbed myself with sauce in my hand because I was trying to kill a fly. About a 15-second delay. Yeah, there's not really much I can do about it. Hopefully it's going to be fixed by the time the State of the Union comes around. Nah, stop the cap. You left to get food. What? Can you not see me? I hate myself right now. It's just like, it's awful. But anyway, Candace Owens made this video series. I will be seated watching it. I am very excited to watch it. However, a lot of people are not so excited, it seems.
You. Go yourself.
One of those people that's not excited is Dan Bongino.
You demonic f***ing scum. This just can't be what this movement is. And if it is, I just don't want any part of it. Erica didn't choose this, man. Imagine sitting there in your house and you find out from Twitter or I don't know, a text or a phone call, or that your husband was just shot in the neck for the entire world to see on social media at a public event. I can't imagine that. I know you can't either. Then you got to go through this. Then you got to absolute f***ing lunatics sending her emails. You did it. Fuck you. Go f*** yourself. You demonic f***ing scum. For as much as I hate what just happened, I wish ill on no one, and everyone should restrain their emotions from the other side because they are not on our side. Once you go down the road of violence, there's no turning back. And I'm sorry if the language distracts from you, but I can think of no other New York way to say it than you deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell in every inch of your body. If there's an afterlife, I believe there is. I believe in this creation. I don't pretend to be the judge and jury, but I know you're not in it.
There is a side that is basically pro-America, basically pro-freedom, that's a little messy and some problems, and there is a side that wants the whole damn town, and they're telling you, and they are making it happen.
It's so funny that all the people that are mad at Candace Owens are no motion, like no motion whatsoever. Guys, I know it's laggy, okay? There's going to be a little lag. I know. It cuts in and out. The bag is unreliable, okay? I'm sorry. There's nothing I can do.
Me.
Ben Shapiro came out, said Candace Owens is evil. We'll be looking
And
at
this
that
is
too.
why one of the things that I'm going to really focus on over the next 9 or so months is making sure that the right, to whatever extent we can hold this wide tent MAGA thing together, we'll go ahead and do it. That the ex-libs will find common cause with the more traditional conservatives, and that you could have a party that would bring in, you know, mushroom-eating Joe Rogan that would still be on the same side as, I don't know, somebody like evangelical Charlie Kirk, who unfortunately is no longer with us. That is the challenge for all of us. So this, I thought, was quite, it's kind of depressing, to be totally honest with you, but Seth Dillon from the Babylon Bee, he put this up. What would Charlie Kirk have to say about this? And what would he think of his so-called friends who can't summon the courage to say it for him? And what he's showing you there is that Candace Owens this morning released a new documentary, or at least the trailer for this new documentary called Bride of Charlie. And in it, she is, if not outright saying, certainly putting innuendo that Erica Kirk had something to do, Erica Kirk, Charlie's wife, had something to do with the death of Charlie Kirk. She also, in the last couple of weeks, has called Erica Kirk a lesbian groomer. She has said, she has said the most absolutely psychotic things. And the only reason I'm even bringing this up, because I have no desire to talk about her, and I know that that's what she wants more than anything else, is that how are we going to keep this thing together as a certain portion of the right is going nuts? That is going to be the challenge.
Every part of the story is
conspiracy
about Israel. That's it. Like, yeah, Candace Owens is like going crazy mode, but Candace Owens has always been crazy. The only reason why they're mad is because not only is she being crazy, but she's also getting people to be anti-Israel, getting the right to be anti-Israel. Okay? Candace Owens is always trafficked in conspiracy theories. Candace Owens is trafficked in anti-Semitic conspiracy theories. What about Candace now isn't that she's doing all of those things. What's different about Candace Owens currently is that she's also anti-Israel. Okay? Make no mistake. That is the problem. Like, yeah, of course it's not great that she's like shitting on Erica Kirk or whatever, but the real problem, the hidden underlying problem here that no one wants to admit is Israel. That's precisely the reason why Christopher Rufo, who spent years and years training the right to see halftime shows of civilizational threats, is now shocked that the right has become conspiracy-brained on slop. Christopher F. Rufo of the Manhattan Institute has the audacity to say, the guy who is like, we are going to use CRT, critical race theory, as a primary vehicle of animosity to drive voters to vote against the Democratic Party. The guy who highlighted the Haitians are eating cats and dogs conspiracy theories. The guy who's at the heart of like so many of the modern right-wing conspiracy theories and racist vitriol is now mad that the right's collective brain is getting melted in a vat of slop, conspiracy, and algorithm chasing. An intelligent man will guard himself against all of it. I know from people who know Chris Rufo personally. I have talked to people who know Chris Rufo personally, who used to be friends with Chris Rufo, who have told me that he doesn't even with Israel that much personally, but his boss certainly does. And that is the only reason why these guys are all super mad. They're super mad at Tucker Carlson. They're super mad at Candace Owens. They're super mad at conspiracy theories on the right. They all played a role. Not only did they play a role in Candace Owens becoming a household name, like Ben Shapiro personally played a role in that, but they all played a role in trafficking in conspiracy theories, not realizing that eventually there would be plenty of actors at a time when Israel is receiving unprecedented amounts of hate. Okay? That at a time when, like, you know, the Israel method is like giving you an algorithmic boost in independent media circles, of course they were going to start shitting on Jews. Like, it's so funny to me that these very same guys, yeah, Rufo is the godfather of paranoid conspiratorial fantasy, starting with his attack on the social justice initiative in Seattle, where as an expert witness, I helped prove his friend had no case, The judge tossed it out. Rufo is exhibit A for how we got here. I need you to understand something. Chris Rufo would not give a about the anti-Semitic conspiracies, for the record. This is a guy whose wife is an undocumented immigrant, chat. He doesn't give a fuck about anything. He only cares about the bag. It's his bosses that are panicking. Conservative Jews that work at the Manhattan Institute that are super pro-Israel are freaking the out about the right decoupling from Israel, especially younger right-wingers. That is the main cause of concern here. Do you understand? The main cause of concern is that anti-Semitism on the right, not anti-Semitism on the left, because that's whatever. The left is already anti-Israel, so no one gives a shit, right? But anti-Semitism on the right is causing young American Republicans to despise Israel. For the longest time, no matter how much people hated Israel on the right, how much people shit on Jews on the right, and there were plenty who did, with the exception of a couple prominent conservative individuals, they never touched Israel. They never said anything mean about Israel. Israel is life. Israel is the most important nation. All this stuff, right? And there were plenty of people who were anti-Semitic, but they also loved Israel. They never really thought about Israel. There were some in the edges, like Nick Fuentes, who were both anti-Semitic and also anti-Israel, but they did not make a movement. Okay, a movement they could not make. Now we live in a very different reality. And that is precisely the reason why you're hearing from the likes of Christopher Rufo complaints about conspiratorial elements within the right. A conspiratorial right that they designed.
At the top of the show is an evil, twisted human being. Now, the reason I say that today is because Candace has spent the last several months attacking the widow of Charlie Kirk, Erica Kirk. It took her just a few days after Charlie's sick murder in order to start casting aspersions at Turning Point USA, people who work there all the way up to the highest levels, up to and including Erica Kirk. She was doing that very, very quickly, and she's been doing it for months. I mean, truly for months. I mean, yesterday, she came out with something that she had announced she was doing, which is a series. This is a trailer for a series, a teaser trailer, that is titled Bride of Charlie, which is supposedly now an expose on the evil, nefarious, predatory nature of Erica Kirk.
I promise you, these people are not dignified human beings. Even if they had major opposition to Candace Owens, like shitting on Erica Kirk like this, if she was a pro-Israel voice, they would not be talking about it. They'd be talking privately. Every now and then they'd be like, well, we got to hold our coalition together, but it's fine. I promise you they're using this because they think this is a solid attack line against Candace Owens. Because Candace Owens has become a fucking monster, a behemoth, a force on the right to make the right Israel is spending millions aimed on an effort aimed at Christian right in the U.S., allegedly as a part of an attempt to combat anti-Semitism. Haaretz reveals a network of pro-Israel sites. They are trying to hold it back. They're trying to hold back the wave of not only anti-Semitism, but anti-Zionism, anti-Israel sentiment on the right. And that's all they're fucking doing.
The widow of Charlie Kirk, who again was shot in the neck, not by some sort of vast conspiracy involving French intelligence and Egyptian airplanes, but by a trans-loving gay man who is a furry. That is the actual story. And because Candace Owens is either going through the throes of mental illness or because she is a sick human being, or both, she has decided that she is going to turn her fire on the widow. Don't believe me? I know. Listen, there are a lot of people who listen to Candace. She has a huge audience. This is what she does. This is who she is. She is a conspiratorial, evil person.
Dog, you built this. It's Subway, bitch. My brother in Christ, you built a sandwich. You know? Enjoy it. You built the shit sandwich. You fucking hired her. Candace Owens said Adolf Hitler simply wanted to make Germany great. Okay? That's what Candace Owens said. A year after she said that, Ben Shapiro hired her for the Daily Wire. Miss me with this fucking bullshit. You did that shit. You did her. You made her. But back then, she was super pro-Israel. She was anti-Semitic, but she was super pro-Israel. When she became anti-Semitic and very anti-Israel, all of a sudden, oh, we got problems. It's the same principle with conspiracy theories. You guys trafficking conspiracies all the fucking time, but all of a sudden it's an issue when those conspiracies stop you from putting together a reliable narrative on how Charlie Kirk got shot and this is the fault of trans Antifa. That's it. You made this. Your uncle's destroyed on Piers Morgan about Iran.
Talking about it.
We'll do that.
Because that's who would do something like this. A conspiratorial, evil person. Now, the only reason that I'm playing this trailer is so you understand the extent of the evil that Candace Owens is perpetrating here. Because obviously I do not wish to promote her propagandistic horror that she is now pushing on a grieving widow with small children. The entire purpose of this is so you understand what Candace Owens is and what she is doing. I have to show you this thing so you understand that I'm not exaggerating, that I'm not making it up, that the thing that I'm saying is a thing Candace is doing, because otherwise it would be kind of unbelievable. I get this all the time with regard to Candace. I get it with regard to other personalities too, but what happened to her? Does she really mean this stuff? Does she mean the kind of stuff that she says? Take her at her word. Here is what she is doing. Here is the trailer for her hot.
We get it, bro. Oh my God, he's such a bitch. He's like, here's a trigger warning, trigger warning, trigger warning. I'm only showing this video to show you how bad it is. We got it, bro. It's bad.
Garbage fire of nonsense conspiracy mongering defecation.
I think one of the funniest parts about this is that Erica Kirk is, unfortunately for all of these people, insufferable and also looks crazy. There's a reason why people respond to Candace Owens' message, no matter how fucking crazy that message might be. And that's because when you watch Candace Owens talk about Charlie Kirk and you watch Erica Kirk talk about Charlie Kirk, one objectively seems closer to Charlie Kirk, and it's not the wife. Okay? That's it. So there are a million different reasons as to why this media cycle was foreseeable for anyone with a fucking working brain and eyes to see. People like myself, I've been talking about this. I've been warning about this for years, about the dangers of right-wing conspiracies and misinformation cycles. I never would have foreseen the right fully leaning into Israel, though. I never thought that the right would actually do that. That certainly has been a shock to even myself. I mean, I've always talked about the right's anti-Semitism and whatnot, but I never thought that they would be fucking anti-Israel ever. Sorry. No, right after you drink the water. Now, right after she drinks the water, she comes over and plops her wet ass jowls on my lap. She's like, no, this is the time. Classic Mastiff behavior. If you guys have a Mastiff or anything, if a dog like that, and they get like really wet and slobbery, they love stamping your pants, basically. You're just a napkin to her. Yeah.
Here is the trailer she just released for her series of attacks. It's going to be an entire series of attacks on Erica Kirk. Again, she's been retailing and implying and basically saying out loud a lot of this stuff on her show for months. 4 months. People cannot claim that they were ignorant that this was happening. They know it was happening, and they let it go. We'll get to them in a moment. But here is the trailer that she released yesterday.
President Trump says that Kirk has died after he was shot from a nearby building.
After being shot at Utah Valley University.
The great and even legendary Charlie Kirk is dead.
The cries of this widow will echo around the world like a battle cry.
I didn't even get to give him a kiss goodbye.
That young man, I forgive him.
Take your time.
Erica Kirk has been named the new CEO of Turning Point USA.
My husband's dead. Like, I'm not trying to be morbid, but he's dead.
It's weird to say excited. Describes her husband's funeral as the event of the century. Merch, hats.
We have 50,000 plus
hat orders.
Nobody knows why she's out there in a glittering pantsuit in a recreated tent that her husband tragically was murdered in, throwing merch out.
Everyone grieves differently, so if someone's acting weird, don't read into that.
Zionists, the Prime Minister of Israel, all lied through their teeth about Charlie Kirk.
Her operation was in Constanta, the epicenter of Romania's trafficking scandal.
We are conversations to have with a 15-year-old. I'm going to touch your butt.
$8.6 million to their own shell company. What is going on?
We have nothing to hide. My aunt used to tell me never do something that you don't want on the front page of a newspaper.
So that's what Candace Owens has been spending her days doing, and millions of people, of course, have been watching her as she's been doing this. Apparently, she is calling Erica Kirk, she has been calling Erica Kirk a lesbian pedophile, grooming a 15-year-old.
We will
she
be
is
seated.
Suggesting, of course.
That is a fire promo. W promo, Ben. Ben, W promo. You fucking did it, King. I'm sat, locked, loaded, moisturized, ready to fucking receive, dude. Ready to receive some hard to hear truths about how Erica Kirk is responsible for the assassination of Charlie Kirk. It is pretty funny that like he's literally offering it free promo, which I love. I don't know why he did this, because like he already has a minuscule audience in comparison to Candace Owens, and what remains of his audience are probably going to be switching sides after this. So wonderful stuff.
She has been suggesting for a while that TPUSA was complicit, if not in the murder of Charlie Kirk, then in the cover-up of the murder of Charlie Kirk. This is the stuff that Candace Owens has been doing, because Candace Owens is a true vampire. When it comes to conservatism and the conservative movement, she finds prominent people and then she grifts off of them, and then she does more grifting off of them, and then she grifts them until she's done grifting them. Then she moves on to the next thing she can grift off. Sick, truly evil. You lack for words. There is a biblical injunction for those of us who actually care about the Bible. There's a biblical injunction in Exodus.
For those of you who care about the Bible, I don't. Yeah, these guys thought they could train their audience to somehow only resent Muslims and black people. And the reason they're all flailing now is that they lost the cultural momentum, and the monster they created is looking back at them. The fact that Candace is unhinged was obvious from day one. We've covered it in detail, in great detail. Conservative media made her a star anyway. If there's anyone to be blamed for what she's become, it's themselves for building her profile in the first place. One of the funniest, darkest ironies here is that Candace Owens is there are two people most responsible for Candace Owens' career. They're both Jewish. It's David fucking Horowitz and Ben Shapiro. Isn't that crazy? They are both incredibly reactionary, incredibly conservative, okay? And they literally made her. They made her. It's not. It's going to be fine. It's going to get back. It's going to be back. Hold on. It's just a little stutter. Just chill. Oh. It's not even small F's. It's big F's. Were you silent or silenced? You know what it is. Okay. We're back. No more issues. No more issues. Service reconnected. We're good. And I'm on the Ethernet again. So it's not the backpack any longer. It won't, hopefully, unless there are more service disruptions like area outages or something like that, I should not have any issues any longer. So that's good. You with your Wi-Fi issues remind me of Michael. I mean, I want a refund on the sub I was gifted 4 months ago. You will never get it. You should subscribe right now, actually. Subscribe right now! Anyway, is there a delay? Let's do a delay check. Chat, delay check. What number am I holding up? Everyone's spamming ones because I didn't even fucking say anything. I just said delay check. 2. Okay. I am going to fix the ingest real quick to hope to let it catch up to where I'm actually at, because there's like a 10-second delay, it seems. So you will see this F in a brief moment, right? Okay. So I'm back and no longer delayed. Subscribe to fix the delay, chat. Subscribe with a $6 a month subscription or a free one in the form of a Twitch Prime to fix the delay. Subscribe to the HasanAbi broadcast. Subscribe to the Piker Broadcasting Service, PBS, sponsored by you, the viewers, for you, the viewers. Your voluntary contributions in the form of a Twitch Prime, which is $0, is free. Your voluntary contributions, your gifted subs are what? F this thing. It's the same effing lag every effing day. Can't effing fucking take it any fucking more. Okay, calm down, dude. Calm the fuck down. All right. All right. Thank you, Hex Effect. Thank you for the 5 gifted. He effing can, bro. What if my sub is involuntary? Then you got to get that checked out. I don't know how that works. I don't understand that. Candace responds to Dan Bongino and Ben Shapiro. Candace Owens has a response immediately. Says, PSA, we won't be taking any lessons on what evil is from people who protected Jeffrey Epstein raping children and or looked the other way as Bibi Netanyahu committed a genocide in broad daylight. She got him. This anti-Semite is technically correct. Zionists are putting in real work hours promoting our upcoming series. I would like to extend them all my deepest gratitude. We are a small team and couldn't do it without your steadfast commitment to hysterics. See you tomorrow. This was my $10 super chat to Candace Owens was probably one of my greatest donations of all time. It is paying back dividends, okay? The infighting that we are experiencing on the MAGA side would not exist if it wasn't for Candace Owens. Okay? So for that, I have to thank her. She never read my comment, but my point still stands. I like to think in my mind that I played into the fissure. I leaned into one side and helped tilt the scales, one $10 super chat at a time, where I said, Candace, I love you, longtime fan, first-time subscriber, but I don't think you should trust Erica Kirk. I would like to know about the private conversation that you guys had. We all played our role as clandestine operators. We did. We played our role, and now the right is on fire. But as Jared Holt, who is a long-time right-wing watcher, literally used to work in an outlet called Right Wing Watch, says this sort of thing is happening all across MAGA media right now. Why are people saying F? Don't fuck with me. They poured gas on the fires of conspiracy, hate, and division to gain audience and power. Now they're staring down the inevitable consequences of doing that, losing control, coming under attack, and looking insane. Now, there are, like I said, there are some people who look at this and go, oh, conservatives are mad at the realm of conspiracy. They're not. They traffic in conspiracies. The correct analysis here is not necessarily that Candace Owens is a rabid conspiracist. It's that she is anti-Israel. And not only is that the problem, but the most making young right-wingers anti-Israel is through anti-Semitism. Because obviously they don't have any sort of like universal anti-Zionist, anti-fascist, anti-genocide principles that they hold on to. They're fucking Nazis half the time. Or at least close enough to being Nazis. Maybe they're not anti-Semitic. Okay? Initially, but then they become anti-Semitic because they realize, like, wait a minute, if we're going to shit on all non-whites, why would Jews get a pass here? Some of them literally will tie back the pro-immigrant agenda to Jews, which is ironically what Adolf Hitler also did, right? Why are people spamming cum and like all these other random letters, man? Please stop. I don't know why you guys are doing that. Please stop. Stop being silly. No silliness allowed, I say. You want to know why? Because we're covering some really important stuff. We're covering Candace Owens right now. It's the most important part of my broadcast. That's why I wore the suit, not for the State of the Union.
Conspiracy theorist Candace Owens has unveiled yet another addition to her list of controversial podcast series, this time focusing on Erica Kirk, the widow of Turning Point USA founder Charlie Kirk, who was shockingly assassinated during a public event last year. The dramatically edited trailer mostly features short sound bites from the widow with little context, as well as clips of other podcasters and personalities criticizing her in various ways. The short snippets focus on Erica's reactions to her late husband's tragic death and her appointment as Turning Point USA's new CEO, and even insinuate her being connected to conspiracies involving Israel and Romanian human trafficking. The announcement of the self-proclaimed investigative series titled Bride of Charlie, which seemingly plays on the horror movie title Bride of Chucky, drew intense backlash from the right online.
Notice no mention of Erica's numerous lies. I have to watch the evidence before judging. Bogino doing the Bojingles dancers. Anyone with a brain has never been more excited for anything their entire lives. Bring it, Candace. Dan Bongino chiming in lets me know she might be onto something. She forgives the shooter but gets mad on Candace. Why is she mad at someone trying to find out who shot her husband? So weird. Careful, your bias is showing. None of them, and I mean none in the conservative spectrum, are on the side of Erica Kirk. Okay? They're not. It's all the commentariat, and a lot of these guys don't realize that the more they lean into this shit, the more they defend Israel, or the more they even like try to fucking come after Candace Owens, the more their real organic audiences are going to move away from them. It's fucking spectacular. Okay? Now, Donald Trump is going to try to do his very best. He's bringing Erica Kirk to the State of the Union, and I suspect that he will try to, like, you know, revitalize Turning Point USA, try to defend Turning Point USA. This is the real testament to Candace Owens' power. We will find out tonight, depending on what Donald Trump does with Erica Kirk tonight. Normally, he's a very good room reader. If Donald Trump hugs and kisses Erica Kirk or tries to defend Erica Kirk actively or actually calls out Candace Owens by name or some shit like that, because this has become a major problem, this will be a true testament to which side conservatives will lean into. I know it sounds incredibly inconsequential. I know it sounds so stupid, but I need you to understand something. This is what American political discourse is about nowadays. Okay? We are a brain-broken nation full of Hitlerites, and that's just the unfortunate reality of it all, especially the conservative movement. The MAGA movement is extra Hitlerite. And if there's one person that can fucking untangle the Trump base of support, it is Candace Owens. So we shall see.
22. That you ought not to oppress any widow or orphan. Now, the reason that I focus in on this is because aside from the fact that Candace drives huge numbers through slandering people, truly slandering them. And yes, Erica Kirk absolutely should sue the living hell out of Candace Owens for this sort of stuff. The reason I bring this up is because there's been a wide and vast silence by people who should have spoken out about this months and months and months ago. In fact, some of us were calling this out from the stage of TPUS. Here's what I had to say about Candace doing exactly this thing. This is back in December. Okay, it is now nearly the end of February, and the same people who I suggested were silent then are silent now.
So, if Candace Owens decides to spend every day since the murder of Charlie Kirk casting aspersions at TPUSA and the people who work here, who worked with Charlie every single day, his best friends, to cast aspersions at Mikey McCoy and Andrew Colvin and Blake Neff and Tyler Boyer, and yes, at Erica Kirk, and to imply or outright claim complicity in a cover-up over Charlie's murder, to spew absolutely baseless trash implicating everyone from French intelligence to Mossad to members of TPUSA in Charlie's murder or a cover-up in that murder, then we, as people with a microphone, have a moral obligation to call that out by name. Erica Kirk and TPUSA never should have been put in the position to have to defend themselves against such specious and evil attacks, particularly.
God, you're such a fucking nerd, dude. Candace clears. We're clandestine operators. Your career is over, Ben. I love this, dude. I fucking love this so much. It's like a gift for me and this community. You know what I mean? All of these like pivotal figureheads of the conservative movement for years and years. I watched from the sidelines. I was like, why the fuck are they doing this? How are they leaning so aggressively into conspiracy theories, trafficking some of the most vitriolic sentiment, the most toxic, repulsive ideologies you've ever seen, attacking people of different faiths and different backgrounds? And now all of that is looped around and is ass fucking every single one of these like major drivers of hate and animosity. It's fucking awesome. Yeah, a black woman is speaking, Ben. It's time to sit your white ass down and listen, okay?
In a time of mourning. And the people who refuse to condemn Candace's truly vicious attacks, and some of them are speaking here, are guilty of cowardice. Yes, cowardice. The fact that they have said nothing while Candace has been vomiting all sorts of hideous and conspiratorial nonsense into the public square for years is just as cowardly.
When the signs are there for years on end, And people say nothing. And people continue to say nothing today. That's cowardice, obviously. Where are Charlie's friends? Where are Charlie's closest friends? Where are all the people who proclaimed solidarity with Charlie and with Erica today? What are they doing? And for all the people who are watching Candace stitch together a bunch of specious nonsense because they like the gossip of it, because they enjoy the tawdry Maury Povich silliness of it, because they're watching a car crash at the side of the road, please have some more respect for your own brain than that. Please have some more respect for yourself than that. Truly. Truly. Because what she's doing is evil. And when you watch her show, she gets paid to do that.
Don't watch. Don't watch. You dumbass. You just fucking played the goddamn trailer. The only reason why nobody gives a shit about this is because nobody gives a shit about you. So you are probably only promoting this to, you know, your tiny audience, but don't watch. I'm going to watch. I'm going to fucking watch, dude. You know I'm going to watch.
Do not come.
Oh, yeah.
That evil. That is how she is making her money. She is making money off the murder of Charlie Kirk by literally implicating his widow and everyone else at TPUSA in that murder, and then trying to dig up pseudo dirt on the wife of the person who was murdered. I don't know what to call that other than evil trash.
Real Candace Owens is evil got 16K likes on here, 1 million views, but it's fake because it's on Twitter. Let's take a look at what he got on YouTube. Let's see if they botted this one or not. Oh my God, Ben Shapiro's got 1.3 thousand viewers watching. Friendly Fire State of the Union address live, 1.3K watching. Oh, he's so fucked. Oh my God, I never thought I would see this fucking day. Candace Owens is evil, 149,000 views. Probably his highest performing video. Yep. One of his highest performing videos, dude. Incredible. Oh, it's so awesome. All right, let's see what Dan Bongo had to say. 1K Andy is crazy. Yeah, he's cooked. I don't think you guys understand. Every single one of these clowns that fucking went face first into defending Israel lost gigantic chunks of their audience, from Tim Pool to Ben Shapiro. Republicans didn't even care that Tim Pool was like being funded by Russia. But because he was not aggressive enough in calling out Israel or the genocide, they just went, okay, you're paid for by Israel. And the ones that were at least smart enough to recognize it's time to be fucking anti-Israel, like Candace Owens, were able to clean up the entire audience. The only reason why Asmongold has an audience is because he's both anti-Semitic enough and quote-unquote based enough, and he's not as invested in like defending Israel. He'll attack Israel's critics like me, but he won't like dick ride Israel into oblivion in the same way that fucking Ben Shapiro does. And also he's not Jewish. So like a lot of people watch him and they're like, oh yeah, he's based enough. You know, that's it.
Erica didn't choose this, man. She didn't choose this. Imagine sitting there in your house.
Pack watch.
And you find out from Twitter or, I don't know, a text or a phone call, or that your husband was just shot in the neck for the entire world to see on social media at a public event. I can't imagine that. I know you can't either. Then you got to go through this. Then you got a bunch of lunatics sending her emails. You did it. Huh. Comments, tweets. Fuck you. Fuck you. Fuck you. Go fuck yourself. You demonic fucking scum. For as much as I hate what just happened, I wish ill on no one. And everyone should restrain their emotions from the other side, because they are not on our side. Everyone. Once you go down the road of violence, there's no turning back. There's always someone stronger than you, man. Always. There's a whole lot of people stronger than me. But I'm sorry if the language distracts from you, but I can think of...
Were they teaching him how to fake cry at the FBI? Oh, no.
No other New York way to say it than fuck you, motherfuckers. You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of hell on every inch of your body. Fuck you. If there's an afterlife, oh, and I believe there is. I believe in the second creation. I don't pretend to be the judge and jury, but I know you're not in it.
Guy who covered up billionaire child rape ring wants you to know he's judging you for correctly pointing out how sketchy Erica Kirk has acted since her husband was killed. Bro, they're all so good. It's so fucking good. It's so goddamn good. Oh, I wished for times like this.
Minister Naftali.
What is this?
And in fact, I followed up with the former Prime Minister Naftali Bennett, and what he told me is that Mossad has not been active in the United States or against the United States since the Jonathan Pollard scandal of 1987, when a U.S. Army contractor who's actually working for the Navy revealed classified information to the Israeli government. He was prosecuted by the United States government and ended up in prison for almost 30 years. And so Israel since then has not spied on the United States with Mossad. And in fact,
I wonder why people fucking hate Ben Shapiro, dude. Must be because he's Jewish. I mean, there is definitely a lot of people who hate him because he's Jewish. Let's be real. But like, it's a lot more people that hate that in his audience. And once again, I cannot stress this enough. I need you guys. I'm going to keep hammering this point over and over again. You fucking did this. You did this. Okay? You thought you could hate every black, brown, and Muslim person and organize around your mutual hatred for every black, brown, and Muslim person, hating women, hating gay people, hating trans people, only to fucking turn around and assume that this would never come back to you. Not you, chat. Come on. I'm talking about Ben. I'm talking about these people. This chat is basically...
I'm gay and Lebanese.
Yeah, it's not you guys. Why would you have ever thought that this kind of everyone but white people are my enemies narratives, why would that never go back to Jews? Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson are so popular because of the culture of silencing. It makes them seem like brave truth tellers. If you stop deporting, firing, besmirching, and destroying the lives of anyone who criticizes Israel, they would lose their power. It's true. It's true. And because of the way that the media ecosystem works, the right always have been champions of like anti-cancel culture, shit like that, right? They're seen as like bona fide heroes when they get attacked for their speech. This is just how the right-wing media ecosystem is designed. Right? And what's interesting is no such situation exists, no such dynamic exists on the other part of the another way that the censorious nature of a lot of Zionist institutions have created this market where Candace Owens and Tucker Carlson have become fucking behemoths is because they were able to effectively stamp out people like myself, people who aren't anti-Semitic, but people who are anti-Israel, people who are anti-Zionist. They did this. They carved out this niche piece by piece. First, by allowing all matter of hatred to go on, unchecked and uncontrolled, and all matter of conspiracy to be trafficked on the right. And then by actively trying to deplatform people on the left. You're still a loser, buddy. I know you saw my comment. Wait, what? You're such a fucking loser. You're such a fucking loser. You're such a fucking loser. You're still a loser, buddy. I know you saw my comment. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. I'm leaving. Don't you dare. I'm leaving. Giat aware. Giat. MILF destroyer. Very mentally well. I mean, I didn't fucking ban him. I think he got timed out because he kept spamming it. FaZe ain't never gonna sign you, lil bitch. True. Good luck, though. They might. I'll put in a word for you, okay? Just realized, what if Roachman is not live because he's actually at the State of the Union? That would be awesome. That's a biological weapon against the Republicans, dude. I don't think that a person who believes in Jewish exceptionalism has the presence of mind to fully understand what they did technically. What do you mean? Elaborate. Yo, little bro, I'm a sub just to clip that, little bro. Lamau, stay mad. Yo, little bro, I don't want to be a part of your little cuck fest. Yeah, TTV Malone. Thank you for not being a part of our little cuck fest, bro. You are fucking epic. You are epic and based. But yeah, as I was saying, they designed this environment and now it's an uncontrollable behemoth. It has snowballed into this massive issue on the right, and I'm here for it. I think it's fucking awesome. Speaking of Dan Bongino, a whistleblower just disclosed that FBI experts were delayed by at least a day in deploying to investigate Charlie Kirk's assassination. Why? There was an FBI plane and pilot shortage because Kash Patel was using them for personal flights. Oh my fucking Lord, dude. It's so awesome. It's so fucking fire. God, everything is collapsing. Everything that they've built is collapsing. It was basically the House of Cards anyway, but fucking amazing. Now their top content creators are like Nick Shirley. And the other half is complaining that the previous Nick Shirley, before Nick Shirley, Tyler Hitler Vera, is going full Hitler and talking about how Jews are invading New York and Jews are invading New Jersey.